The Vinta S Series was something that I found when looking for a way to better carry my camera equipment and use for work occasionally. I was looking for a bag that was able to hold all my lenses, hold my camera body, hold a laptop, as well as a coat or something else that I might need. So when looking on Kickstarter, I came across this small little bag, and it was extremely eye-catching, really well designed, and it had all of the little dividers that I needed for all my camera gear. So I decided to take a shot on it. It ended up being much more than just a trial run, and it's something that I use quite often. I use it to go to work, I use it around the city, and it's been my go-to bag generally. But I've never really taken it on a trip. So this recent trip to Iceland, I was able to actually test out this bag and see how well it actually held up on a more extreme scenario. Going in, I was a little bit concerned. And that's because I was used to taking the Peak Design bag everywhere, and I knew that it could carry almost everything that I needed and more, and it had expandability. This bag is on the smaller side, and I wasn't certain if it would be able to handle everything that I was going to bring with me. I wasn't certain if I had to be more strategic or if it would just simply not meet the need at all. So I decided to take this out and use it everywhere and see if it really would be able to be something that is versatile enough to take on a vacation as well. The S Series is a small package, but it's also very sleek. There's no really extraneous straps or things that add bulk or fussiness to the bag. It's just simple and gets everything right in terms of essentials. It's a canvas cotton, and it comes in 3 different colors. The black, the charcoal here, and also the green. The canvas cotton, while you might be a little bit concerned with it, it does hold up pretty well against dirt and grime, scratches, and even water. So I was concerned about this because I am used to the Peak Design bag that is quite waterproof, and I could splash it. When taking this to the waterfalls, I was thinking that this would get soaked and pretty much destroy my gear, but it actually repelled the water pretty well, and it didn't really soak in all that much water. The material is also really easy to clean. Some soap and water will get any dirt and grime that might come onto it. The back panel is nicely ventilated, and it also is nicely padded. It's pretty comfortable in the back, and this also extends into the straps themselves. While they may be thin, they do feel nice on the shoulders and are one of the most comfortable straps that I've felt on a backpack. The stitching are also very, very strong, and they hold up well against even tugs and pulls. In terms of the leather accents, at first they felt kind of fake and very, very stiff, but over time they softened up and they felt a lot better. So I do think that these are genuine and they feel very nice, especially with a few bag wears. Heading back to the straps, they are very lightweight and they don't feel like much on your shoulders, but they're also thin enough that you can put accessories, clips on there, such as the Peak Design capture clip. I was a little concerned about how minimalistic the bag was in terms of keeping the pack close to my body. I'm generally used to having harness straps that will help aid in that function, so coming into bringing this around and running around with it, I was thinking that the bag was just going to fly off my back if I was doing anything too active. However, Vinta has broken that perception and made a very well designed pack that does stay on despite not having those harnesses. So whether I was running around, climbing, trying to cross the streets, or trying to throw it around, it didn't jostle too much. It was so close to the body, it didn't really have any sway issues like I had with the Peak Design, and overall it was secure, and that was the biggest thing for me because I knew I was going to be trying to be more active on this trip, and that I didn't want to have to worry about my bag being a burden. So with it being so light, minimalistic, no little fussy things around it, and being able to stay close to my body, this is super perfect for what I was doing in Iceland. The S Series utilizes a series of magnets to hold down its flaps. Initially I thought this was gimmicky because I thought that they would not be strong enough. However, they do a great job about holding the flaps down for the backpack. However, the magnets are easy enough to release that you'll have quick access to any of your gear that you put in any of the front pockets. That front pocket has organization for keys, pens, notebooks, and other things that make it really easy to access. So you can swing that bag around, release the magnets, and easily access something like a battery pack so that you can charge your phone. In terms of the side pockets, they're not all that big. It's enough space to put like a swell bottle, or your Gorilla Pod, or like an external audio device, but nothing crazy. So if you have like a huge water bottle, or you expect to put like a tripod in there, like a full-size one, good luck. It's not meant for that. They also do have a little D-ring on the top, so if you do want to tie it down, that might help you out. But I ended up just using it to like clip carabiners and my keys. The bottom of the bag has options for expanded storage. If you purchase the straps separately, you can actually use these to strap a yoga mat, an extra jacket, shoes, or something to the bottom of your bag to help it be stored during a hike or something like that. Initially I thought I would never use these, but when I was in Iceland I found that there were times when it got hotter, so I wish I did have this so I didn't look like a complete idiot kind of just having the extra coat just flying around. The extra straps actually would have been extremely helpful, so probably after this review I will be buying those straps for my future trips. However, of course, the main storage compartment is what the main part of this bag is. I do like how it uses the rear zipper to sort of access it, because it does give it that anti-theft sort of functionality, but it also just gives it a lot of space and a lot of configurations so that you can carry anything. I was actually quite pleased of how well it held my drone, the controller, and my drone accessories. It was all pretty snug and felt pretty secure while I was carrying it around. The dividers aren't anything groundbreaking. They're your basic nylon padding with Velcro connectors. I'm certain you've seen this with a lot of different camera bags, but hey, they give you the customization and the protection that you need, and they get the job done. And there's a lot of different options that they give with you that's included, so that does help you with all the different ways that you can carry your gear. The big pouch and your dividers, you're gonna have a bunch of different options to figure out how to best carry your gear. I do want to highlight that there's a pouch designed for a laptop connected to the back panel. While it does hold the laptop pretty snugly in place and has a security strap, it is designed for a 13-inch laptop. For anything larger like I have, it might have some issues trying to pull it out through the back panel. So I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and you'll notice that it'll be a little bit hard for me to get out. I'm going to have to maneuver it around, jostle it around just to get it to come out. And if you have a 17-inch laptop, good luck. I don't think this bag is really designed for something that big. So 13-inch perfect, 15-inch it'll do, 17-inch probably not the best bag for you. As mentioned before, this bag is going to give you a lot of customization. The nylon dividers give you flexibility to carry small things like lenses, or bigger things like coats and jackets. So just depending on how you want to configure it, you'll be able to find the best way to organize your loadout. The next few shots are just to show you a bunch of different ways to configure the bag so you can store big and small items, and how easy it is to move around the dividers. The S Series also has a top pouch that has something of a space for like a notebook or sunglasses or something that you might need quick access to. So as you zip or unzip the top pouch, you'll see it exposed, and you can add those smaller items that you would like access to. The other great thing about this bag is it does come with a sort of field pack. Each pack coordinates the color of your bag, and it's a great storage for anything that you might interchange quickly, like a lens. The pack sits nicely on top of the dividers, but still gives you access to the larger back pouch where your laptop would be stored. I think in this scenario, I stored my jacket instead. But again, as mentioned before, this is just anything that would be quick access. For larger laptops, you would most likely be storing and removing your laptop through this method, just because it would be the easiest way for you to get something larger. You won't run into that sort of maneuvering issue that I had from coming from the back panel, and everything just stores in very nicely and you can close it up. So there's a reason why this bag is my go-to bag, despite what scenario it might be, and Iceland kind of solidified that fact for me. Despite not having all of the customizations and nice little features that the Peak design has for cameras, it still has a decent amount of customization that'll allow you to carry your camera gear in a safe manner. Alternatively, it's also not the best bag for work, because there are better ways to organize your gear, your pens, things you might need for work. However, this bag still gets that done. Like I said, you can customize it, change the configuration to sort of fit the business need as well. So I think that's the reason why I use this bag so much, is because I don't have to think about anything. I know that the bag can handle it. If I'm not carrying anything like a big payload, this will be perfect because it'll be lighter. It's a really, really handsome bag, and I know that I won't have any issues about it being able to perform its duties. That also brings up the whole thing of, this is the bag that probably gets the most attention in terms of the bags I own. While it is a tech bag, it does have a lot of storage capacity and the geeky things about it. It's still extremely handsome looking. It's still extremely eye-catching, and I think it works for a lot of different scenarios. It has the rugged looks that you can bring on a vacation and still look good, and it still looks good in the streets and the city. It's just a smart looking bag that I think you'll be pleased with. Outside of that, the bag, in terms of their customer service, is again some of the best that I've ever seen, because I've lost those dividers a ton. Like, they just, I just lost them on a trip, or I misplaced them in a move, and the people in Vinta have been amazing at getting me new dividers. I just have to hit them on their Twitter or email them, and they usually are pretty good about getting me a new set. They've given me some free stuff every now and then, and it's been great. They've been always able to fulfill me an order right before a trip, and overall their customer service is great. So I think it's a great company, and they make a great bag, so I think you'll be happy. Well, I guess hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, stick around for more videos, and subscribe and like this if you want to see more. But right now, it's Halloween, so happy Halloween. But I gotta get out and go to this party. I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you're in Reykjavik, check out Icelandic street food. Everything there is super amazing, and the staff there is extremely friendly. Try the fisherman's stew, and literally just sit there. We got there at opening, the staff was super friendly, they gave us seconds for free, they gave us biscuits for free, they gave us sweets for free. They're just extremely caring and giving group of people, and I just wanted to shout them out because they ended our trip on a super high note. I love them for that.